Thank you.
And if I happen to forget to repeat, I'm sure you'll be great. Okay, and what's next?
Shabira. He's good, right? Okay.
It's all right, yeah. No. Oh, I thought usually he does. Okay.
So when we get there, you can start singing, and I'll find you.
Okay. All right, I'll try to remember. All right.
The one he put in my binder is a different one.
You can do that if you want. I'm sorry. I thought that's no. Whatever, we're on. Shabbat shalom, all.
So
We will begin. It's such a great, wonderful, special evening because Cantor Adam has a Shabbat off, his first in many, many months. And so I get the pleasure of being with our Chazanit tonight, Jackie Wadsworth, our wonderful director of engagement, and also with all these multiple talents, a beautiful voice, and a great neshama. So, Jackie, you ready to launch us?
Yes.
Goes up now. Shabbat shalom, all. When we get to lighting Shabbat candles at this time of year, it feels very, very important because it's so dark, and it's so dark so early, and there's a lot of reasons to feel the darkness of the spirit and in the world. But there's also many, many reasons to feel bright and hopeful and optimistic. After all, we've arrived at Shabbat. Shabbat in and of itself can help to give us strength and a hope and a sense of connection. There's a vaccine coming, or a bunch of them. That should help us all feel a little bit hopeful too, or a lot hopeful. And there's also special life moments that bring a lot of light to our lives. And I'm thinking for Ed and Dorothy Greenbaum. You guys are gonna light the Shabbat candles in a moment. The two of you, bring so much light to life. I know that. How many times have we been to Israel together? I think can't remember, 4 or 5. But I'm thinking, Ed and Dorothy, about the number 51. The number 51, Greg, there you go. Now it's good that I get to see you. You're highlighted, whatever the word is. Oh, look at the two of you. The number 51, two Hebrew letters. Dorothy, you may know this, or Ed, you might too, but the letter Nun is 50. And what's one? Aleph. Together, that makes Na. Now, Na is a great word that connects to you guys because Na in Hebrew simply means please. That's what it means, please. You two are people who know how to say please. Please from a great sense of humility and gentleness and tenderness, but please as well from a sense of vision and clarity and confidence and determination. Please is a great word for you guys. May this be a great year for you all. Shabbat candles, they're yours. Page 2 for everyone. Everyone pull out your Shabbat candles. Hopefully you can light with Dorothy and Ed, page 2. Mm-hmm.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, sovereign God, ruler and creator of all, whom we love eternally. Amen.
Excellent. Shabbat is almost complete when we've kissed. That's what seals Shabbat.
That's right.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Mazel tov to you. We're going to turn now to page 12 as we begin our Kabbalat Shabbat, Lechut Neranana, Psalm 95, page 12. Kabbalat Shabbat part of the service, we gently walk through each of the Psalms, Psalm 95, 96, 7, 8, 9, and then Psalm 29. And so we go, having offered Psalm 95 on page 12 to Psalm 96 on page 13. turn from page 13 to page 14. We offer Psalm 99, Romamu. And maybe I'm thinking about some simple or maybe mystical connection between Lecha Dodi and Thanksgiving. You know, Lecha Dodi is about, it's about connection, it's about covenant, it's about relationship, it's about striving to be our best for each other. And I think that's, all of that is essential and simple, but also profoundly connected to the holiday of Thanksgiving that I hope all of us had some little taste of Thanksgiving last night, whether we were surrounded by one or more than one or people, or some of us were alone, but hopefully we had Zoom connections and others. A Chadudi is a prayer of thanksgiving for sure. Page 20.
La 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 Chadodi. La 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 li Grab Kala. La 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 Penei Shabbat. Penei Shabbat Nekabe. La 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 Chadodi. La 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 li Grab Kala. La 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 Penei Shabbat. Penei Shabbat Nekabe. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad ish miyanu el hamiuchad Adonai echad u'shmo echad l'shemo tiferet v'lichtila. La 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 Chadodi.
Sabbath bride, please feel free to do so. We're on page 9, paragraph 9.
Boi beshalom, atzeret batla, gam besimcha, uvetzola, toch emunei, am segula. Boi kala, boi kala, yai lai lai, ya la 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 lai lechadodi, ya la 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 lai likrat kala, ya la 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 lai penei Shabbat, nekabe, la 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 lai lechadodi. Ya la 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 likrat kala, ya la 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 penei Shabbat nekalela.
Lachadodi, come greet my beloved Pnei Shabbat. It's like the face of Shabbat, the face. There's something about, I think we all know this, when we're able to look straight into someone's punam, straight at someone and not sort of to their side, not, sometimes it feels too intense to look straight into someone's punam. But Shabbat is a time to try to be able to do that. A lot of openness, a lot of compassion, a lot of love. Chadodi. Let's turn now to Psalm 92, the next page, page 22. Mizmor Shir Liyom HaShabbat, the Psalm of the Sabbath day.
Mizmor shir leyom hashabbat, tov lehodot l'Adonai, ulezamer leshimcha elyon, ulezamer leshimcha elyon. Mizmor shir leyom hashabbat, tov lehodot l'Adonai, ulezamer leshimcha elyon, ulezamer leshimcha להגיד בבוקר חסדך באמונתך בלילות עלי עשור ועלי נפל עלי היגיון וכינור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. כי שימחתני אדוני בפועלך, במעשה ידיך ארוני. ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון.
It's such beautiful poetry. There's so many moments in this psalm to talk about, but just one. If you see the break in the prayer at the bottom half, 3 lines above that, Jackie just saying, Ma gadlu ma'asecha Adonai. Like, you can't deny it. I mean, you can, I guess, but I don't know why you'd want to. Ma gadlu, how great this psalm says, "How great, God, are all of your works." You know, to look at the natural wonders of the world, the miracle of the natural world. It's like, wow, it's so gadol. It's so beautiful, so great. Our job is to keep it great and to keep ourselves great enough to be able to acknowledge how great nature really is. Okay, from this sense of awe, radical amazement to channel Abraham Joshua Heschel, sense of awe of the natural world, we turn to page 24, Shalom Aleichem, and express our sense of awe and gratitude to all the angels in our lives. Page 24.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, Hakadosh, Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Molechem leshalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon, mi-melech, malachei hamlachim, hakadosh, hakadosh baruch hu. Baruch hu ni leshalom. Malachei hashalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon, mi-melech, malachei hamlachim, hakadosh, hakadosh baruch hu. Seichem leshalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon, mi-melech, malachei hamlachim, hakadosh, hakadosh baruch hu.
I hope that you guys can hear Jackie's voice as beautifully as I do. It does, there's that angel quality to it, you know? So thanks
you.
for the wings that you're helping us
Thank you.
to attach to our prayers and our souls. So we turn from Shalom Aleichem to the Chatzi Kaddish on page 26, or Baruch Hu? Chatzi Kaddish, page 26.
Yitkana ve'yitkadash me rabba.
Amen.
Ve'amad yivrachute ve'amlich malchute. B'chayechon uvyomechon. Uvchayedecho beit Yisrael. Bagala, bagala. Uvizman karib. Mimeru. Amen. Yehesh me rabba mevorach, le'alam ulal me'amaya, yitbarach, yitbarach ve'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam ve'yinaseh, v'yitadar v'yitale v'yitala, shemei dekudesha berichu. Leila min kol birchata v'shirata.
Like to rise.
Tushbechata v'nechemata Damiram be'alma ve'imeru. Amen.
Feel free to rise for the Baruch Hu on page 28.
Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I la lai lai lai, ya la lai lai lai.
Page 30. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzevaot is your name, ever-living God. May you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch atah Adonai ha'ma'ariv aravim. We turn to Ahavat Olam, page 32.
Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadata, Otanu limadata. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shofbenu, uv'kumeinu nasiach bechukecha, v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, u'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Ki chem chayenu, be'orech yameinu, Umachem negei yomam v'layla, negei yomam v'layla. Be'ahavatcha al tasir, mimenu le'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohei Mamo Yisrael. Ohei Mamo Yisrael.
Page 34, Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam va'ed.
36, V'ahavta eret Adonai Elohecha, B'chol levavcha v'chol nafshecha, U'v'chol me'odecha. V'hayu advarim ha'ele, Asher anochi mitzavecha, Hayom al levavecha. Veshinantam levanecha, v'dibarta bam, v'shivdecha b'veitecha, uv'lechtecha b'derech, uv'shochtecha uv'kumecha, ukshartam leot al yadecha, v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha. Uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai V'yitem kedoshim le'elohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem. Asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim. Lihiyot lachem le'Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem.
Adonai Elohechem emet.
Before we offer Micha Mocha on page 40, just want to share a brief thought that, I opened up mentioning darkness and this time of year, of course, just it feels so dark and it's so easy to feel dark. I find it. I think many of us probably do. And I just want to share a comment, a thought about the journey of our prayers, the last couple prayers in particular. If you the question that this liturgy is trying to answer, the spiritual guidance that it's striving to offer, is something like this. After we rise for Baruch Hu, it's the prayer that immediately follows Baruch Hu on page 30. It's about darkness, literally, the choshech, the darkness, and it's like a ladder that we're climbing, because yes, we can acknowledge, we know that the darkness makes us feel scared, fearful, what's the night going to bring, and all of those emotions. But it also can bring a sense of awe and wonder, as we referred to it before. Turn the page from 32, we go for the sense of awe and wonder about the natural world to a feeling of love, God's love for us. And how do we share our love with our children and grandchildren? We do it by actually helping to educate them, helping them to get an education, helping them to actually cultivate a sense of curiosity and wonder and this ability to learn and master something. It's actually what this prayer on page 32, Ahavat Olam, is about. It's about Torah and the ability to ask questions and be curious and learn and grow. It's another rung up on the ladder. And ultimately, the prayer that follows the Shema that we just sang, via Hafta, again is about love. It's this mutual thing, God's love for us, our courage to somehow love the wonder, the mystery, the goodness, the truth of the world. We know that there is wonder and truth and goodness in the world, even if we are not capable of describing it in the most precise, scientifically correct way. In our hearts and our nishamot, our souls, we know it's true. So I want to just share a little image here. I'm going to share an image that I think connects to this. I think you'll appreciate it because it connects our Torah portion and what I'm saying right now. This liturgy is a ladder that goes up and up and up, and then there's an arrow. And why is this connected? Why am I trying to connect the ladder of our liturgy at this moment in our reading of the Torah? Because Parsha Vayetze is about the beautiful dream that Jacob has, where he dreams of a ladder. The foot of the ladder is on the ground. The top of the ladder touches up to heaven, and being able to dream about a ladder that enables us to climb a little higher, a ladder that connects us and heaven, is a beautiful, extraordinary human achievement. We know all too well how people ourselves who are unable to dream. Sometimes we're unable to dream. Family members who, gosh, we just wish you would be able to dream a little bit. Anyway, our liturgy every evening is about this ladder, and our Torah portion points to it as well. So with that, we turn back to page 40, Micha Mocha, a dream crossing the Red Sea, going even higher up on the ladder of freedom. Page 40. Tashgiving.
Baruch atah Adonai, haborei sukat shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Ve'al Yerushalayim, ve'al kol amo. Ve'al Yerushalayim, shalom. Ve'al Yerushalayim, ve'al kol amo. Ve'al Yerushalayim, shalom. Baruch atah Adonai, haborei sukat shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael.
We turn to page 44 of Shamru, prayer of sacred time. 44.
Tonight we're going to do a little different of a Vashamar. It's going to be a cappella. This is a melody I learned while growing up, and it's one of my favorite. So I do hope it becomes one of your favorite as well. Meshamru b'nei Yisrael, Meshamru et HaShabbat, La'asot et HaShabbat, La'asot et HaShabbat, La'asot et HaShabbat, Le'olam. Ki shechet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz u'bayom hashvi'i u'bayom hashvi'i Shabbat v'inafash u'bayom hashvi'i u'bayom hashvi'i Shabbat v'inafash.
Beautiful. Vayinafash. It's the verb form, a verb form of the word nefesh. Nefesh. So where vayinafash is to be insouled. That would be O-U-L-E-D, not S-O-L-E-D, but insouled, E-N-S-O-U-L. I don't know. That's not really a word in English, but it could be. So thank you, Jackie, for insouling us and helping us to feel connected to our souls. We can all now rise for the Amidah on page 46.
Adonai tzevatai tiftachu fi tehillattecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imoteinu, Elohei הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו בשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממיץ ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לך חיות. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל.
52.
אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יחללוך הסלע. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
We take a moment for own personal private prayer, and we'll come back together just in a moment or two on page 62. 62. We turn now to page 62. As we offer in the middle of page 62.
Oh, say shalom bimrama. Oh, yeah, say shalom aleinu. Me'akol Yisrael. Me'imru, mimru amen. Oh, say shalom bimrama. Oh,
Beautiful. A couple moments ago, Jackie led us in Hashkivenu. And Jackie, as you sang the All Yerushalayim, it helped me travel there. And we together are going to travel there right now as we visit Rabbi Tara, who has recorded something for us from Yerushalayim. Stu, Greg, yeah? Oops, is it? I'm sure it's coming.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. I am here late in the afternoon on Friday in Jerusalem, the Arnona neighborhood of Jerusalem. Things are getting really quiet, just an hour till candle lighting. And I'll offer you some words from this week's Torah portion. Vayetze Yaakov mi Beersheva, Vayelech Harana. And Jacob, he went out from Beersheva in the direction of Harana. Vayifga b'makom vayalan sham. And he came upon a place and he settled there for the night. Kiva hashemesh, because the sun was setting. Vayikach me'avnei makom, and he took from the stones of the place. Vayasem merashotav, and he took one of them, he put it under his head. Vayishkav b'makom ahu. And some people are walking by, and that's okay. So some say for sure that the site of Jacob's dream, Beth-El, was perhaps a place on 5 Old Mill Road, or maybe it was a place that it's a short drive from here in the West Bank. But some have a different interpretation, and one of them is Rashi, who's quoting a number of Talmudic commentaries. And they say, maybe the makom, the place of Jacob's dream, that spot where he went to sleep with a rock under his head, was actually not that place at all, because exactly where I am standing now, we learn that Abraham said just a few weeks ago, or it was described about Abraham, Vayisa Avraham et einav, and he lifted up his eyes, Vayar, and he saw et hamakom merachok, and he saw the place, same word as this week's Torah portion, merachok, from afar. And what was the place he saw? That place, the walls of the old city. Can you see it? Mount Moriah. So the Kleyakar, who was the head rabbi in Prague in the beginning of the 1600s, teaches that this place, that holy place over there, was called Hamakom for a particular reason. Most places, like, they have a name because they have an identifying feature, or maybe they have someone who owns them. But this was just called Hamakom, the place, because it's separated from all other places. It has not yet received its name, the name that will distinguish it from every place on earth. So Makom, when you hear that word, there's something about mystery, something about hiddenness. The Kleyakar also has another gorgeous teaching, and he riffs off of another part of the verse I just read. So let's go back to it. Vayifga b'makom vayalan sham, and he came upon this place, Jacob did, kiva hashemesh, because the sun was setting, so he stopped there. So the Kleyakar is thinking about the relationship between holy places and the sun. And he's thinking about the temple, the Beit HaMikdash specifically. And he says that the windows of most ordinary places are made such that the light can come in from the outside and light the internal parts of the building. But the Beit HaMikdash, the temple, says the Klei HaYakar, in the temple, the windows were wide on the outside and narrow on the inside in order that the light that was inside the Beit HaMikdash could shine out. And so he's doing something with the fact that Jacob's world was pretty dark at the moment that he came to this place this week. He was running for his life. He had just stolen the blessing and the birthright from his brother. Things were super, super dark. But sometimes when things are very dark, we have to build our world such that the light can pour out. says the Kli Yakar, the sun does not light the temple. Quite the opposite. The temple lights the sun. And so that is why when the light was dimming, Jacob came to this place. So I'm thinking about the reality of the world right now. It's getting darker. The days are getting much darker, much faster. I'm thinking about the reality of the pandemic. I'm thinking about how many of us have spent a Thanksgiving that's totally different from any we've ever spent before, maybe separated from those we love. Maybe we feel like the world is getting dark. We've kind of stumbled upon this place just the way Jacob did when that stone was under his head. But maybe that is a moment to think about Hamakom, to think about that place over there, and to think about the dream that Jacob had. So that night, when he thinks there's nowhere to go, when he is in a place that's scary and unfamiliar, literally between a rock and a hard place, he has this dream about a ladder reaching to heaven and angels that are going up and down on it. So I'm hoping that for us this Shabbat, we can think about the Makom. Maybe it's Jerusalem, maybe it's Beth-El, maybe it's Beth-El in Great Neck, but the Makom that enables us to find holiness in mysterious places, that we can think about the Makom that becomes a center of light, that lets the light shine out. And when Jacob awakes from his dream this week, he says, Achen, yesh Adonai b'makom hazeh. Wow, God is in this place. Va'anochi lo yadati, and I didn't even know it. So may this Shabbat be one in which we can open our eyes, even in times when we might feel like it's a little bit of a rocky spot. May we let the light of Shabbat and community and health and peace shine out. I'm sending you all those blessings on this Thanksgiving Shabbat from Jerusalem, the holy city.
Shabbat shalom to you, Tara. I just want to, hold on. Add one additional thought to what Tara shared. This dream that Tara describes that Jacob has, he's standing right where Tara was. It's about a kilometer from the Temple Mount. And there is this idea that somehow like the land collapsed so that instead of standing, a distance away from the temple, like the land somehow shrunk. The distance of time and space, because the temple didn't exist yet either, somehow collapsed. And it's kind of a fantastic idea, mythic idea. The rabbis were nothing if they weren't lovers of fantasy. The Midrash was certainly a pursuit of fantasy. But I want to say that, I want to add to that it's actually not just fantasy. Because we as human beings, we have learned to transcend space, for sure. I mean, right now, right? We have, on a certain level, we've transcended space. We are able to be together even though we're all in different places. And we Jews have been striving and succeeding at some level at transcending space and time. We have. And I mean, our prayer together is an example and proof of transcending space and time. We are offering the same prayers the Jews prayed 100, 1,000, 2,000, thousands of years ago, different time, and obviously very different place. This midrash that the rabbis write, Tara quotes Rashi from the Talmud, we actually can do this as human beings, transcend space and time. And I want to just, I've shared this before, but the most powerful and personal example of our success as human beings, transcending space and time. No, so in my own personal life, I mean, it's a little story that I'll close with, that when my grandmother was about 5 years old, she traveled with her mother from Russia to what they hoped would be the United States, and fortunately they succeeded. And my little grandmother, as a 5-year-old, had a job which was to carry in her pillowcase, a pair of candlesticks, and a Kiddush cup. And those candlesticks and that Kiddush cup lived in Atlanta, Georgia for 90 years or something like that. Maybe it's 85 years, because they've been with me and Tara for the last, maybe my numbers are a little off, but you get the point, the last 15 years. In Great Neck for the last 12 years. These candlesticks and Kiddush cup are the same ones that were used in outside of Minsk, I believe, in around 1900. And today they're lit every Shabbat in Great Neck by a Feldman. We really do, and we really can transcend time and space to some degree. I'm guessing, I'm almost sure that every one of you, every one of us has a story like this to share. And the reason why our tradition has this weird word for God that Tara talks about, makom. Makom just means place. It just means place. It can be any place. But God can be with us in any place that we can open, when we can open a place inside of ourselves for God and for this capacity to transcend time and place. So Tara, you're sleeping right now, I pray, but we're all grateful to you. And we all wish each other and you, Tara, a very peaceful Chalamot Paz, as they say, dreams of gold. So why don't we rise for Aleinu on page 282. 282, Aleinu. Let's rise.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'teit gedula leotzer breshit, shelo asanu kegoyei haratzot, velo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kachem, megor aleinu kechol hamonam. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Page 287.
נאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
So in my eagerness, I was all excited to see Tara. Forgive me. I forgot to, I left out the Misha Berach. So please forgive me. Let's offer a Misha Berach. It doesn't have to be actually before Aleinu. It's very acceptable for it to be after Aleinu. So please send in text if you'd like the name of a loved one who really could use our love and our prayers for healing of body and spirit. Misha Berach is on page 253.
Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mi shebeirach imo
bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say,
So we go from our prayer for healing, or Misha Berach, healing for each of us as individuals. And we turn now to Lee Kaplan and Sandy, if you're there, to lead us in a prayer for healing for our country. Each of these prayers are so important. So we all feel this. Page 258, Lee and Sandy. I don't think I saw you, Sandy, but somewhere I saw Lee, and I'm not sure where. Greg, can you find them, Stu?
Thus says Adonai, this is what I desire, to unlock the fetters of wickedness and untie cords of lawlessness, to let the oppressed go free, to break off every yoke. Share your bread with the hungry, and take the wretched poor into your home. When you see the naked, give clothing, and do not ignore your own kin. If you banish the yoke from your midst, the menacing hand, the evil speech, if you offer compassion to the hungry and satisfy the famished creature, then your light shall shine in darkness. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Lee. Okay, we now, as always, turn to remember our loved ones. We never conclude without acknowledging and expressing our love for those who have died and whose yortzeit or the falls on the Shabbat, or if you're still in a period of Shloshim, 30 days. I'll share the names of folks on our list, and if you'd like to add a name in our chat, feel free to do so. In our period of Shloshim, 30 days, we remember Alice Leibowitz, Gustav Klein, Joseph Spector, and Marvin Liederman. And the yortzeit, the anniversary of the passing of the following beloved family members: Stanley Bresnik and John Carter, Elaine Fialkov, Ernest Field, Fanny Fleischman and Jerome Fryer, Juliette Harley, Rochelle Heimberg, Sylvia Kramer, Theodore Lazar, May Lieberman, Herman Newmark, Fred Serkin, and Diane Tate. Again, if there's anyone who you're remembering, please, one very important and meaningful to have their names added. Your dear dad, Jordana and Vera Hausman and Jessica Plessman, Gloria Orleans Horwood, and other loved ones. Okay, if it's your custom to rise for the mourner's Kaddish, please do so. Feel free to do so. The Kadisha tome is on page 294. 294. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah. V'yalma divrach yurteh v'yamlich malchuteh. V'chayechon of yomechon. Uv'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael. V'galav izman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach. Ve'olam u'lomei maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yit'aleh v'yit'halal shmei d'kudusha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Damiran bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom v'imromav. Hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel. And let us all say one last time, Amen. So you can be seated if you are standing. Just a few announcements and thank yous. Dear Jackie Wadsworth, her new married name. It's fun to say the married name. It's wonderful to share the Bima with you and to be led in prayer by you
My
and
pleasure. Thank you.
by dear Shai. As always, you bring so much beauty and blessing to this moment. Thanks to the Margalov family who provided, as always, Maria, the challah. Mazel tov to Dorothy and Ed. Wait, before we get to the Levies, Gail and Paul, who are going to offer Kiddush and Motzi, we're going to celebrate your birthday, Gail. Although I don't know which one, so I don't really have a little. If you want to share it with me, I might be able to come up with something, but you don't have to.
It's my understanding today is actually her birthday.
What?
It's my understanding that today is actually Gail's birthday. Like
Yes,
today is
right.
The day.
That's right.
Yeah.
Which is why she and Paul will be leading Kiddush and Motzi. Before you guys do though, hold 1 second. I just want to just a few other announcements. The virtual Oneg tonight on this Zoom link, Zoom spot hosted by Dorit. Title, thank you so much, Dorit. As we've said many times before, it's wonderful to have virtual Oneg hosts. It only costs $1 million or nothing. Always looking for other folks to host tomorrow morning. Torah study at 9 a.m. A Zoom virtual Torah study that I will be leading. A lay-led Shabbat morning service will be at 10:30, and Havdalah on Zoom and YouTube and Facebook Live, I believe, at 5:30 p.m. I think that's also yours truly, and lots of other wonderful stuff going on. Introduction to Hebrew on Mondays and Hebrew grammar on Wednesdays. Cantor Adam is leading on Thursday, this coming Thursday, Global Jewish Groves. Should that be Grooves? Groves. Grooves, I think. It's music. Grooves. It says Groves.
We're going to groove.
Yeah, we're going to groove, except it says Groves, but
Okay.
I don't know. I'm so insecure sometimes. I'm sure that I'm missing something. Anyway, okay. Paul and Gail, you want to lead us in Kiddush and then Motzi. Mazel tov to you on your birthday. May it be a very happy day. I hope the day has already been great.
Been great.
Yeah, well, let us hear your voices. Come on.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
been a good day.
Good day.
We're glad to be here. I'm glad to be here.
Wonderful. You had a little some celebrating. Did it overlap with Thanksgiving?
Yes.
Birthday cake after turkey. It always works.
Cake.
Something or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's great to see you guys.
Good to see you.
Same here.
All right. We can all raise our Kiddush cups. Page.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri hagafen.
Amen.
Amen.
Great. And why don't we take a drink and we'll offer the motzi.
Oh, that's it.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Amen. Enjoy your challah and mazel tov again.
Mazel tov.
Thank you.
You know what they say, Gail? Ad me'av esrim until 120. So you've got another 65 years, I'm guessing.
There you go. Absolutely. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Dear Jackie, what do we close with?
You are going to help me lead.
Okay, Adon Olam.
Adon Olam.
What page are we on again?
Adon Olam is on a surprise page.
What?
It's on
What page is Adon Olam on?
It's on page 321.
321.
We got it.
Is that right?
Yes.
I don't know why it's not. Okay. Here we go. Adon. Yes, I can read. Adon Olam Hashem Alach B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra Le'en Nasa V'chefza Kol Azai Melech Shemo Nikra V'Acha וככלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא והוא היה והוא עובר והוא יהיה בתפארה והוא אחד ואין שני להמשילו להכבירה בלי ראשית בלי תכלית ולא העוז והמשרה הוא אלי וחי גואלי וצור חבלי בעת צרה והוא ניסי ומנוס לי מנקוסי ביום בקרב בידו אף כי רוחי והייתי שם לעירה ואם רוחי גבייתי אדוני ולא יירא. Shabbat shalom all. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
You play some music. A light, a light, a light.